The great and powerful Michael Libercci. How are you today, man?
Dr. Klendanning, I am good. I am glad we're meeting today because I need you to slow me down a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm the guy for that sometimes. So, all right, I'm dying to hear about this one, and we got so much to talk about. We got so many different things, but let's get right into the meat of it today. Like when your best is not good enough.
Ah,
When
crap
your
all over
best
there.
is not good enough, and this occurs everywhere, man. And this is a in your head kind of thing. This is an external onus. Like, where are you at in your universe? Like, this came up. This is a thing that occurred for you here recently, and like what's going on? Lay it on us.
All right. So, as you know, I'm a parent, and a lot of times we sort of see our own lives through our kids' experiences. I don't live through my kids, but I augment their life via being a human taxi. And my kids all play athletics and they play baseball, and baseball is a great metaphor for life. And let's see, in the past 48 hours, I've probably driven 400 miles doing different baseball things. I slept about 10 hours. So, not exactly a great health pattern, but let me set the stage. It's 48 degrees. No, it's 38 degrees, windy, raining, cold. I've got several kids suiting up. They're playing baseball, they're playing games, and my middle child, who's 13 at the time of this recording, he's playing against this championship team that is unbelievable, the best team probably in the state at their age bracket. They make three mistakes, costing the game out of that tournament, and early on, you don't normally have this early on knockout, right? But you get geared up, you drive an hour and a half, you do the thing, and precision, best pitcher, the best scenarios during the game, the best possible outcomes they could have at random points to make the comeback, and they don't have it. Boom, right? Example number two, my 9-year-old at the time of this recording, again in a tournament, same night, different location, hour away, pouring rain, playing amazing teams, can't rally, boom, knockout. Sunday night, right? Sunday night, I'm looking at my oldest. He's playing in a school game. Bases are loaded against a superior team. He's up. He makes the contact with the baseball, doesn't go where it should drop. Game's not all on him. However, tried your best and your best isn't good enough. Now, a couple of factors in that. I'm looking at it in certain situations. How prepared are my kids? What more could they be doing? What else could they be doing to show up better? And then I'm like, wow, what am I doing? So I'm down this weird rabbit hole right now. And, you sort of feel like as people get older in sports, you run out of road. As entrepreneurs get older in life, you start running out of road. You put this pressure. Is it artificial? Is it real? I don't know. So when I'm giving you all these scenarios about when you're giving it your best, or maybe your best, and your best isn't good enough, what do you think, man? There's a lot of people out there suffering from this. They don't
Yeah,
even know it.
man. Yeah, absolutely true. And we take it so bloody personally. As a person, as a human, we take it absolutely personally that, this was, I'm that's when we start running down these limiting belief roads, well, I'm just not good enough. I'll never be good enough. I can't work hard enough, I'm blah 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 blah. Hate it all, right? But that's what happens. That's when those catalyzers occur. I don't want to oversimplify this because I get the audience and we do, the kids do, everybody, this occurs for everybody across the world. I don't want to oversimplify this. And yet there are some relatively simple ways to look at this. One is, and this is my opinion, and by all means throw them in the comments, man, beat me up, go for broke. I love it. One is you're exactly where you are and exactly where you're supposed to be at that time. What is happening is exactly what's supposed to be happening for you in that moment. Listen to what I said there. It's what's happening for you. It's not about what's happening to you. And that's that internal onus thing. We look at this. If I'm the kid at bat and I feel that the game is on my shoulders and I make what looks like an error. But the reality is, like, if you look at the data and statistics of a round ball hitting a round surfaced bat, that it goes exactly where it's supposed to go, that I dictated it landed in this spot, statistically it's not possible. Like,
True.
you get close, like statistically it just isn't. You cannot. There's way too many factors that go into that. Way too many factors. There's how you're standing, there's weather conditions, there's barometric pressure, there's weight of the ball, there's, this pitcher versus that pitcher. It's a huge amount, and it's amount of what's happening for you. So when I say what, like, so here's, as a there's a couple of spaces to be in, so we can talk about where the kids are in this, but the kids aren't here. So, like, we're talking in circles around that. So, like, for you as a parent, they're putting forth, what's, we've heard it said this way too, what's the opportunity for them? It's not a matter of, did we work hard enough, what else can we do, where are we in the space, what else do we have to do. We're 9 and 13 as kids, and we want the best for our kids. That's our job as a dad. We want the absolute best. Do we want them to win all the time? I'm going to tell you no.
No.
I'm going to tell you no. Does a win feel good? Bet your butt it feels good. We all want to win. Of course we do. But where's the better lesson? What makes us tougher? What makes us stronger? Losing. Losing makes us better. Now, when you hear me say all that, we lost. So we lost a couple games. We got beat by what you said were superior teams. We showed up in the moment. We played the game. It didn't work out the way we wanted it to. It worked out the way it should. So when you hear me say it worked out the way I should, I don't want to say what's the opportunity. I don't want you to answer with well, we're going to hit the batting cages more. We're going to do this more. We're going to do that more. Go simple. Go granular. What's the lesson to be learned here? As a dad, what can you do?
Well, you look at the level. I look at it in two ways, right? I look at it from my sort of, okay, how genuinely prepared are you and were you? And then I look at it from, baseball's hard, life's hard. It's not always going to work.
Mhm.
And I guess it goes back to this beat to death additive. Preparation is key, and it doesn't necessarily mean hitting the bag harder. I mean, hitting the bag harder, hitting the cages more. It does mean, okay, what were my kids doing 6 months ago, 8 months ago? I go all the way back and say, okay, leading up to this moment, let's say you were going to try to improve your physical being, right? It takes 6 months, even at whatever age. You got to start working out and doing things and making sure that, okay, if I'm in a situation, I've got all the available tools and I've got all the available things that I'm actually maxing out, and I've done the work to be able to be there. And then the adjective of baseball's hard, life is hard, different story, right? Different story. Then it just becomes baseball's hard. Now, if I've got, out of a checklist of 9, and I've got 7 of those 9 on the table, not even coming close to where I should be in those 7 categories, well, guess what? It happened for me because it happened for me at a greater ratio because 7 of those 9 weren't there. There's doubt. There's doubt. The statement, there's no doubt in my mind, there's doubt. Now, if I've got 9 out of 9 boxes checked, well, shit, it's just a bad run. Just bad, it's just, the guy was better than you. It's okay to get beat. It's okay. It's okay. It's not okay, like, from a competitive standpoint, but yeah, on the other side of the equation, or the situation on the other side of the equation is trying to win. It's trying to win. It's also doing the same thing. It also has a checklist. It also has a thing, right?
I,
And
I agree with
habits.
you.
And
Yeah, it's trying to win.
right. Habits influence habits, beliefs, behaviors influence that whole scenario. And are you in the right crowd? Right? Like, so here's the other part of it. Are you in the right crowd? Why the performance of everyone before you in that space has led your opponent to have the confidence, the dominance, and be in the situation where he, she are in a better position. And that's, again, that's sports, that's life.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you see other people who have success, honest success, not Instagram success, honest success, they're just in a better position relative to that situation.
Fair.
Yeah.
So there's
Now,
there's a there's a great scene in a movie I love relevant to this point. Movie Miracle, and
movie,
it's
the movie
the
called
movie.
Miracle. Let me
It's
take a look.
called Miracle. It's about the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team. Herb Brooks is the coach of this team. Love it. I love this movie, man. I watch this not just during hockey season. I watch it all. I watch it whenever I need some good inspiration. I'll watch that one. Um, Herb Brooks has a conversation leading up to a call it a bronze medal round. I think it's quarter or semifinals. Can't quite. I think it's quarterfinals that they're playing Russia. And
Okay.
Russia at the time is the greatest hockey team in the world. They have murdered and beat and abused and thumped, and they are clearly going up against a superior team. They've worked hard. They've become a family. They've become a group. They are putting their best on the ice that they possibly can. And Herb walks in there and he says to him, "We played them 10 times. They might beat us 9, but not tonight." It's a one moment, and this one time, and this wasn't even for the gold medal match. This was like a quarterfinal match that they played, but it rallied the team. It rallied the. I mean, it was a space of they were exactly where they needed to be at the time. Like it's a moving movie moment, and Kurt Russell does an amazing job, and I love him as Herb Brooks. It's one of my favorite roles as him. But the point is the kids could face these teams 10 times. They could lose and they could get beat 9 times. But there's going to be that one, they're going to beat them and they're going to learn something in that moment. I did something different today. I changed something. I showed up differently. I prepped differently. I made a different decision. That gave me the win. But we had to learn how to lose. So that's where I'd go with that one, man. And I want to get deeper into this. Like I want to go down the road of what and I do. We're gonna go straight up psychological today. I want to know what is after we talk about something real quick. I want to know what it means to win as a dad. What it means for you to win as a dad. We hate watching our kids lose. We hate it, man. It is a knife to the back, a hatchet to the forehead, whatever you want to call it. But I want to know what that is after we talk about. We got some great stuff coming up. Like
All
next
right.
week, we got some cool stuff coming up. We got all kinds of cool things going out. We want to talk about that. So what do we got coming up, man?
Is that next week already?
That's next week already.
What? And it's not Easter.
Yeah, baseball's
It's not Easter. It's not Passover.
well,
Um,
it's 2 days after Easter. That's fair.
dude, it is. It is episode 1 of Boardroom Battleground launches April 22nd
Yeah, man.
on 360 TV and anywhere you can stream. It is just going to be awesome. I'm so beside myself on the work that you, myself, Peter, the contestants, everyone who supported us has done. It's insane. It is our baby, our launch, our everything. I don't even know what you want to call it. It is a brand new show. It's transformational on the coaching and the television space. We are taking people, telling their story. We are showcasing these wonderful human beings that are our contestants and our coaches, and showing you the superpower, the behind the scenes, the everything, the transformational journey of these human beings. You know, we are peeling back the curtain and doing something that no one in our space has done yet. You've seen a lot of peripheral this and a peripheral that. you see a lot of stuff on YouTube, you see a lot of things, but no one has organized a show like this. And I don't even care, I don't even care who wins, loses, or draws. The whole thing's a win, and it's awesome. I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be happier. It's like, dude, I feel like Adrian, we did it. I feel like Rocky. What do you think, man? I mean, it's pretty
I
monumental
am, man.
task.
It is. It's been a fast and brutal set of labor. We've taken some beatings. We've taken some losses on this. We've done some
Oh,
work, and yet it's taken us exactly where we need to be at the time because it's going to launch on Tuesday. Like so. Here's what you guys need to know. All of our amazing loyal fans that watch Michael and I talk about all the stuff and the things, please show up for all of them. So we're going from a single day a week. You get to see us 3 days a week. It's going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4:30 is Battleground, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. And Michael and I are moving to Sundays with this show, so you can catch us on Sundays, I believe 12:30 Pacific. Isn't that right?
yep.
All the same channel, man. Use the same link, do the same thing. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Go to YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, do the things for all of the shows. Watch it on E360, engage, share it with people. If you want to know more about it, apply. It's right over there in the corner. Hit that QR code,
It's going to
or
live
go
on the
to the
screen for
website.
most of the day here. So
Yeah,
yeah, it's www.total-disruption.com. www.total-disruption.com. And that's like a hyphen, total-disruption.com.
find all the stuff
And
and all the things.
go there and do the thing. And you got to see there. And again, apply to be on the show. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to apply. To be accepted and get on the show, different conversation. But we don't spam you, and we're not selling anything. We just want to tell your story. So there, YouTube, Total Disruption. Go there, talk to us, find us, hit us up. We're here for you. So
Yeah.
what
Get off
is
the
it?
couch and engage. That's what we're telling you to do.
Yeah,
Engage, engage, engage. There you go.
get off your butt and let's work. All right, so let's talk about what it means to win as a dad, right? So I don't win, but what happens is the results, the preparation, and the execution come with a positive result. At the same time, you learn from losing. You can't always lose. You have to win at some point. And I feel that's a self-fulfilling prophecy and also a limiting belief, right? Always fighting back from a deficit. That has been a personal problem of mine since my entire life. I respond better to adversity than I do to prosperity. When I have prosperity, I'm like lost, but I've had a lot of prosperity. But I am psychologically lost, feel like I don't know what to do. Now I don't know how to expound on that from a psychosomatic standpoint. I feel everything's great, blissful, and harmony, and I feel great. When I have adversity, I want to fix things and I want to troubleshoot and I want to solve. I need a fight. I'm good. Now I have a deadline. I have pressure. I don't have to manufacture it, so to speak. Ripping the ceiling, tearing the hull of the Titanic. I mean, that kind of thing. So that's the way I feel about it, man. And when I see my kids succeed, it feels good, but at the same time, in travel baseball, man, Championship Sunday for that particular tournament is usually like 4:30 in the afternoon, and by that time you've played 3 games in a day. They played 3 games in a day. You've been sitting there, you've been done running around, you're eating either prepared meals or snack stand food, and everyone's kind of burnt and tired. And you get in the car, they come home, they hang the trophy thing, they hang the victory thing, and then boop, school the next day, and everybody's rocking and rolling, right? So the win is short lived, as they are in life, which is great. But the level of preparation, the time, the practice, and the investment to say, hey, we put together a better plan this weekend than everyone else at baseball or at whatever we're doing, not as human beings, but we put a better plan together. We executed it properly, and we moved on. It is nice. It's very nice. I feel very fulfilled for my kids so they understand what it means to actually win. Everything for me is a metaphor of living in the now and that future lesson. And that's the ace of sports. The process, the organized competition, the execution and the lesson learned, whether it's, hey, won, hey, lost, now what, now what? You said it yourself. If you're not willing to take a test after you've gone through a course, that is a sign of fear of failure. And not wanting to win is also a sign of fear of failure. So that's how it feels, man. When I say that, what do you think?
I love all that, man. And I agree with you. I don't think you can straight up define it. I don't think you can say I define it as this. I think it's a series of things. I think it's a series of emotions, a series of activities, some things that happen, and I think it changes. I think it
Uh-huh.
changes as your kids get older. Like it's super when they're really, really little. Winning as a dad means one thing. When they're a little bit older and they're getting in, where your kids are, it means something different. My kids are older. They're 26, 27 years old now. They're both working. They have jobs. They're doing life. And so a win right now looks different than me. I made the joke, and everybody knows it. And my girls will give me crap about this, when they hear me tell this story. But like we hit, and I have two daughters, so like that's one of the things I make. I have two jokes for you. I make the joke all the time. That's how I know God is real because He gave me two daughters. He thinks that stuff's funny. Like he thinks that's
Right.
a riot because of who I was as a teenager. Like that's how I know it's true. And
Yeah.
we got to high school, we got all the way through high school, and girls graduated high school, no high school pregnancy, no high school pregnancy. Win. I called that a win as a dad. We made it all the way through without that. A little bit as a joke and a little bit not, because quite honestly, that was a win. That was a big deal for me at the time because, and most everybody knows because I've told this story. My mom did not graduate high school without a kid. I was at the wedding. Let's get really clear on that. So I looked at, we're breaking that cycle. And both my kids did post high school education. They're both working in healthcare. I look at it as I take all the small wins that they've got, the days that they just get up happy, that they're just around and they're just in a good mood and they're just celebrating life in general. And or they want to. The two big ones for me right now are, if they come to me with a, hey, this was something small that they're like, this was really cool and I'm super grateful for this. I love it when they share that with me. That makes me super happy. That's a big win. The other one is when they come to me and they're like, Dad, I'm having a hard day. I'm having a hard day. I just need you to hear me. And when my kids have the courage to do that and they can come to me and just say, man, I'm having a hard day. I need you to hear me. That's a win. That's a win. And that because I get to be part of that. So that,
Yeah.
so again, it's not that's not a clear cut definition. There's some little things, some KPIs, some small indicators like we talk about in business that are the small things that tell me I'm winning in that space. I'm doing well. Do I need to still improve as a dad? Yeah, all the time. We got to work on that. Like when we originally signed that contract in blood with the fingerprint, when we decided to have kids, it wasn't a 18 and done contract. Nobody told us that. There's fine print around that says you're in this forever till you're dead. And yet we're cool with it. Like that, it's there. There's days that you're like, yeah, I didn't read that fine print very well. But you joke about that and you keep running with it. And this is where, Mike's tired. He's like, dude, 400 miles in 48 hours for baseball. And I slept maybe 10 hours. You know what Mike's going to do next weekend? 600 miles. And he's probably going to
Same
sleep
thing.
6 hours and he's going to be bloody happy about it because that's what he signed on. That's the job. That's the thing. You're never going to let off the gas on that because your kids want to do it. They want to do it. And you're like, and I'm going to support you all in all the time. That's what it
A
looks like
hun-
to win. And you can guess what you're
100%.
doing more. And here's what I'll tell everybody about this: more than being that coach, that mentor in that space for baseball, or my kids were soccer. When we did that, it's about the showing up. Like Mike is demonstrating a work ethic and a commitment ethic for his boys. They're going to see that. They don't know that's what they're training for right now. They think they're training for baseball. They think they're doing all this other stuff. But I've seen how Mike acts around his kids. I know what he's doing. Like he's their buddy, but he's the accountability officer too. He's where I would define, and my dad was this to me. He's what I would define as a dad. He's not a father figure. He's being a dad, and he's demonstrating what it looks like to be a good dad.
Pat myself on the
Like,
back there. Thanks.
yeah, man, and I watch it. I'm gonna watch it happen, and I know how dedicated you are to the thing, and it's what you do in everything you do. It's how we both are. Like if we're in and we're doing a thing, we're in and we're doing a thing. That is how that goes. But look at what as a kid, and Mike and I both come from a past where different role models, different mentors, role model different things for us, and we have made active decisions in our kids' lives to show up a certain way. And that's role modeling for them in that particular thing. And that's, regardless if you think you are a role model or not, you are. Plain and simple. Whatever you're doing, you're demonstrating for them how they're going to behave. And that's true of business partners. That's true of everybody in your world. The energy you put out is what you will attract.
100%. And then the work you put in, has that ripple effect 6 months down the
Mm-hmm.
road to where there's no doubt in your mind whether you prepared enough or not, or whether you were ready or not. And the
Mm-hmm.
routine,
Whether you were ready. That's
yeah,
absolutely true.
ready. And you can be ready mentally. I've watched it. My oldest is going through it right now. I've watched the mentally ready, not physically able to produce, hit the ball 10 yards farther or whatever, it happens, man. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey man, we covered a lot this conversation. My closing moments to some of your people here are, I guess watch Miracle, right? And put things in perspective, right? Understand, are you prepared enough? And in that reality, in that moment, you realize, hey, wait a minute, there's more work to be done here. And I've underestimated the situation that I'm in, or, oh my goodness, let me panic. No, I had a couple of those moments this weekend, and I realized you can't make decisions based on reaction. You've got to make those decisions. You've got to, and we can unpack this in another episode. I know we're short on time, but I want to give a coaching point here before we have to sign off, and we're already kind of over time, but I don't really care. Again, this is YouTube anyway, so whatever, right? Or wherever we are, Spotify,
We're everywhere.
Apple, Spotify, wherever. So you got to pause. And the mature guy in me says, take 2 steps back, build a plan, execute, realize if you're really behind the 8 ball because of curves like physical development, like mental development, like skill work, you got to 10x what you're doing in a short amount of time if you don't have a long time. If you have a long time, there's a different cadence to that. And being reactive is not going to solve anything. And if you parents out there, don't yell at your kids on the field. It just doesn't help. So there you go, Jake. That's all I have to say for today. You want to take us out because you brought us in?
Yeah, man. Hey, go like we talked about. Like, subscribe, do the thing. It is your turn to disrupt.